WERW, 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 Real College Radio.
This is Titus Andronicus.
This is Marilyn Manson. You're listening to WERW.
Hey, this is Jamie from downtown.
How's it going? This is Mark and the boys from Blink-182, and right now you are listening to WERW 1570 AM, Real College Radio, for the mass destruction of society.
Hey, this is DJ Michaela on the radio, and I'm back to introduce the second episode of the Artist Spotlight series. This week, we're joined by the premier mashup artist, producer, and DJ from San Francisco, California, whose incredibly sophisticated, lyric-inspired mashups have spread from his YouTube channel all the way to the clubs. He's been at it since 2007, and his mashups, which feature everyone from Donna Summer to Kanye, have propelled him to the spotlight and have everyone from Sean Kingston to the UK's own Capital FM calling for their own mashups.
It's a new generation in the house tonight. Let's take a look. Everybody just have a good time. Love. Yeah. The sun goes down, the stars come out. Touch me now on the floor. Do it right on the floor. What are you waiting for? We just wanna see the world fall in love. Woo! My universe will never be the same. Go hard, go fast,
He was also asked to make a series of short mixes titled Music for Sport, which were played at the most recent London Summer Games.
let's go. Speed up.
This December marks the 5th installment of the United State of Pop series, a mashup of the top 25 songs of the year. With everyone lining up for his mashups, he's shown no sign of stopping, and he's about to release his shortest, most recent United State of Pop mashup, which just premiered on Virgin Radio in Canada. This series has helped him become the first mashup artist to have a bootleg mashup enter Billboard's charts. Let's have a listen to last year's United State of Pop, World Go Boom, and the man himself, our artist spotlight of this week, DJ Earworm.
WERW, Real College Radio.
Hey, this is DJ Earworm, and you are listening to WERW, Syracuse University. Hello.
DJ Earworm.
Thank you.
Would you prefer that I call you Jordan or DJ Earworm? Is there a preference?
Either way, whatever comes to your mind. It's fine.
Cool. You are mostly known for your United State of Pop mixes, your mashups, and
Yeah.
I remember hearing about you, or finding you actually, in 2007 when I was still in high school. And
Oh, yeah. That was the first year.
yeah, that was for the first year. And then, of course, 5 years
Yeah.
later, you have over 166,000 likes on Facebook, over 24,000 people following you on Twitter, 250,000 subscribers, and 109 million views. It's almost, actually, I'm looking at your YouTube here, and it's almost at 110 million views.
Amazing.
That just blows my mind.
Me too.
Blows my mind. And I know that you've received even like national radio airplay here in the States, and that also is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And you've been covered by almost every blog out there, every news outlet, and it's just so crazy how far you've come in 5 years.
I know, it's shocking.
How did you first start as a mashup producer? How did this idea of creating mashups come about?
Well, let's see. I started in late 2003. I was just, I had known about mashups, but it really wasn't an ambition of mine. In fact, I wasn't even DJing at the time. But I was making a mixtape just for a road trip, and the technology had just come out that sort of enabled you to easily manipulate whole songs and make beat matched mixtapes more easily. And so I was just playing around, and I was cutting up the songs more and more at the beginning of the mixtape, and I played it for my friend, and my friend said, "Hey, that beginning, that's a mashup." It was deconstructed enough that it became something new, and I said, "Oh yeah, it kind of is, isn't it?" And he would suggest just mix more, and I made some more, and brought them down to the Club Booty, which is was the mashup club, the first mashup club on the scene, and it gave me a lot of encouragement. Stuff online, get yourself a moniker, and let people hear it. And that was in 2004, and it sort of percolated on the blog for a little bit, and then escaped into radio a little bit, and then YouTube came along and just blew it up.
It just blew my mind. I remember hearing the 2007 one. Wow, this is pretty cool. And I will say, I will give you credit for this. You really were the first one to introduce me to mashups. So
thank you
very much for this wonderful experience. You talking about deconstructing the song, and I think that's what really makes you stand out from all the other mashup producers out there, is your ability to really take songs and use a more, I would say, a compositional approach. I'm a music student, so I'm so down with the way that you use theory and the way you use match keys in order to make the song itself. And I just think that's so cool. It's really a different take, and a lot of people, I don't think that way when they make the mixes, and I think that's why you have the following that you have, and I just think that's so cool.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I came to mashups not from the angle of DJing, but from the angle of composition. So instead of saying, well, how can I take DJ to another level, it's more like, well, how can I take composition to a different place where you're constrained by other people's ideas, yet you're still trying to somehow express your own there.
That's cool though. It's really, really cool on how you do that. Is that also what prompted you to write your book on mashups and mashup construction?
Well, it was actually, I got approached by the company. They have a series of how-tos, and they wanted to make a how-to for mashups. And they said, "Could you do this?" And I said, "Yes." I had no idea what I was signing up for. That was a very difficult project. But it's I have a sense of accomplishment. But it was hard.
Yeah, I bet it was. I'm just thinking about putting that to paper on how you do things.
Oh yeah, very painful, very painful.
That's definitely a challenge. The name itself, United State of Pop. How did that come about? Were you just thinking of names?
It was how did it come about? Well, I mean, I kind of wanted to. I mean, I think the first thing that just came to mind was State of Pop. I remember an old Michael Jackson, Mick Jagger collaboration called The State of Shock. I don't know. I think that came to my mind, The State of Pop, because it's summing up, where pop is right now. And then I said, wait a second, United. It just sprung to my mind that the state is in the word. This is America, so why not United States of Pop? And then I was like, no, it has to be states. So I don't know, it just kind of came together. I don't exactly remember. It wasn't meant to be a series at first. It was just sort of a 2007. It's like, oh, can I do this? Can it be done?
You've been in the game for a long time, and I'm sure you're you're familiar with this blow up of just EDM and I feel
Right. Well, it's been around for long enough. You know, it needs to get, you know, it's pretty established.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's a pendulum that swings back and forth. It seems like it, you know, like the 80s were all electronic, and then the 90s it swung a little bit back towards the guitars, and then it went back to very electronic sounds. I mean, now you see this big folk insurgence with, you know, banjos and mandolins and acoustic guitars. So I see that as where we're going in terms of a big trend next year. You know, is that I don't, not that electronic music is going away, but we're going to be hearing lots of down home sounds. Yeah, you know, that sound like Fun, the Lumineers, you know, Philip song and Mumford & Sons.
What do you think producers should do to really differentiate themselves from the rest of them? Because a lot of people, of course, some people think that it's all starting to sound the same, and you know that it's getting more mainstream now, more infused with all the pop music, with you know Calvin and Rihanna, Calvin and Neo, David Guetta, and everybody else. What do you think producers should do to really make a name for themselves as doing something different?
Just try to think outside the box. I mean, you have to give people something that they're somewhat familiar with, but at the same time, you have to stretch their expectations also. So it's about striking the balance, and I think that it's really easy to just stay in the pocket and be too safe. And it's important to either experiment, maybe listen to some really unusual music and try to draw your influences from, you know, something besides just David Guetta and Calvin Harris, and you know, try to introduce new ingredients that might excite people.
I agree on that. You know, something new, something different, something fresh.
Yeah. At the same time, if you're able to you know, do what the established producers are, that's a great place to start from, and then, you know, at least you know how the game is played, you know, and then you can start writing your own rules. So it's not useless to imitate others, but at some point you have to step beyond and get your own signature and get your and draw your ideas from.
What I also find interesting about you is Great Britain, the UK, they really love you.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, I mean, with the Capital FM, the Summertime Ball series, and the London Summer Games with the Music for Sport series, they just knocking on your door, which I think is so cool that it's expanded to not just, you know, the States, but everywhere else.
Yeah, I've always loved British music, so for me to be working sort of in that realm is very comfortable.
Yeah. How did that come about? Did they just like contact you, and did Capital FM contact you?
For the Summertime Ball, it was back in 2010. Yeah, they just shot me and other great people over there, and and it just came together. We've been at 3 years now.
And of course, more to come. Of course.
Well, I mean, that's up to them. United States of Pop is my brand. You know, with them, it's a collaborative effort. So it's up to them.
What's your process like in creating the United States of Pop? I know you're in the process of creating the 2012 one now, and it's a mashup of the top 25 Billboard hits. Do you kind of just go to Billboard one day and are looking at the 25 songs and thinking to yourself, how can I put this together?
I'm looking at it throughout the whole year, you know, looking at all the charts, and I have this process to, you know, sum them up, and something that can determine early on what the largest hits of the year are going to be, so I'm not in a last minute panic. And I look at I listen to all the music, trying to figure out what's distinctive about this year versus previous years. And also trying not to repeat myself entirely, you know, with the mashup as well. And then I put all the words on a sheet of, you know, on a document, and I look at the words and try to look at all of the themes. What are the moods? What are the various messages? Is there some kind of commonality between the recurring themes that happen in the words, and is there some kind of recurring musical pattern that you can here as well. And also, I look at all the keys and tempos and try to figure out what key is going to do like the least damage to all of these power files that I have. So it's sort of I get a lot of spreadsheets out and sort of analyze it that way and think about it abstractly. But this year, one thing is that melody is back. Like if you go back to the past 3 years, there's been a lot of emphasis on melody and more emphasis on rhythm. The LFAO or the J-Lo on the floor song or like a peace, boom, boom, pow. It's that kind of sound. TikTok, which has a melody with very few notes. And now this year we have melodies with lots more notes. And a little less dominated by dance music as well. And there's a lot more sort of introspective songs, a lot of breakup songs, a lot of songs about talking about being lost or confused and then finding one's way and have to be, sort of being in the dark and coming into the light or shedding the past, forgetting the past. So there's definitely these themes that emerge once you start sort of looking at what the commonalities are.
How long does it usually take you to make mashup? Sorry.
Well, something like this takes a little more than a month to do the whole thing between the audio and the video. Because I want the video to be good too.
Right.
So I'm sort of working on that in the background, and it takes a while. I got to sleep on it. It takes a while for I have to reverse course and check things that I just added, and figure out how to where all the little pieces. I'm trying this year to be a little more effective at triggering people's memories of the songs. Whereas last year, I think I was a little bit more determined to convey the message that I had in my mind. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. That's really cool, though. A little over a month. Do you tackle the video first, or not the video? Obviously, you tackle the audio.
No. Yeah, I try to make fragments of the song that sound good. Try to get a good chorus early on. This year I was sort of on my way, and then all of a sudden I found a new chorus and threw everything out. I changed the entire instrumental backing, so it's been the early stretches have no resemblance at all to what's happening now. But you have to start somewhere, and then it just the ideas congeal, and the good ideas stay, and the bad ideas eventually, hopefully, disappear.
So, I know you're almost finished with the 2012 one. When should we expect that to come out?
I don't like making promises, but the audio is, the finishing line is in sight. The video still needs a marathon session, so it's going to be before Christmas this year. Definitely before Christmas, and after today.
Awesome.
So it's somewhere in between that. I want to get it out the sooner the better. The sooner the better. But it has to be it has to go through quality control, and it has to be good. So I'll delay it a day or two to make it that much better. It will definitely be out before Christmas.
And I'm just curious, what did you do before you did all these mashups and DJing, for events and things like that? What was your previous career, if you are
I've been a musician, my whole life, although I haven't, made a living at it. I was doing computer programming and various forms of consulting before this, but not really. I had been devoting my efforts to music for quite some time, so I wasn't, I was pretty dedicated by the point where I switched over to DJing.
Yeah, no, I was just always curious what you had done.
I was basically doing programming and odd jobs until then. Yeah, and then once the mashup thing started taking off, I I don't know where this is going, but it's going somewhere.
Yes,
definitely. I really wanted to put my energy into it, so it was a few years of sacrifice, and then it's been I've been successful for 2 years.
Definitely. Do you drop a lot of your mashups during your DJ sets?
Oh yeah, I mix it up, and then it all depends on the set and setting, But I'll put them in most of my shows. It's a lot of the mashups, and it's sort of mixed in with lots of other stuff. It's I mean, it's about reading the crowd, you know. Sometimes, you know, they want to sing along, and you know, and sometimes they want to hear something all, you know, mangled out.
So, with, you know, the United States of Pop 2012 almost here, what's next for you? What are some current projects that you have? Are we going to expect you to, you know, go on tour like a lot of the electronic music producers go on tour now?
What's
next?
I have some new technology I'm working on that I want to introduce into my set. So I'm hoping to do that early in the new year, and then hopefully go on a tour to show off this new technology I got. But so that's the plan. We're working on some pretty cool DJing technology that I'm sort of tinkering around with programming.
Very cool. And then, so in terms of going on tour, do you have a tour planned?
That would I would like to do that at some point next year as well, for sure. Not more live performances.
That would be awesome. I mean, hopefully we can get you over here to Syracuse. I don't know, though. I'm graduating in a semester, so if we can do this, Jordan, I mean,
okay.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility.
All right.
That's really awesome, though, going on tour and new technology. And then actually, what is, if you don't mind saying, what is your like DJ software choice when you're DJing? Are you an Ableton guy?
I'm using Ableton Live.
Okay, very cool.
And that's also what I use for production.
Yeah, a lot of people I've spoken to actually have said that they are huge like Ableton lovers. Like that's all they use. That's what they master. And that's pretty cool to hear you use that too.
It's a great program. It's a lot of fun. It's quality, and you can think fast, and you can do things fast and get results quickly.
Very cool. It was really, really great talking to you, definitely, about all of this. It definitely puts everything more into perspective and kind of talking to, you know, the guy behind all of these mixes. I'm sure, you know, all 109 million views on your YouTube have been justified right now. This interview has been justified. But this was really, really great. Thank you for coming on and definitely talking to us about everything.
Thank you.
And if you wouldn't mind doing a station drop for us, that would be awesome. So you can say, you know, this is DJ Earworm, you're listening to WERW here at Syracuse University, or you can just say you're listening to WERW, whichever you would prefer. However you would.
WERW at Syracuse University?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, ERW, that's a good one, you know. ERW, Earworm. Anyway, okay, here we go. Hey, this is DJ Earworm, and you're listening to WERW, Syracuse University.
So, guys, you've been listening to DJ Earworm here on
WERW, Real College Radio.
Take it all. Take the credit cards. Take everything tonight. Never gonna stop or risk it all. Risk it all again. Take it all. Take the house. Take the car. Take the chance. I'm a superstar. Yeah. Never gonna stop. Let it happen. Watch me dance until the world. nothing left. Baby, I was born this way. Easy go. Think I forgot to say never gonna stop. Dance until the world goes.
This is DJ Earworm, and you are listening to WERW, Syracuse University.